what we want, and you will do the rest.
Okay.
Hi guys, and welcome to the RMPS department within Armadale Academy. My name is Miss Sabri, and this is
Mr. Petrie.
We also have a third member of staff, but unfortunately she can't be here with us. Nevertheless, she will be still taking part with posting up the stuff that she does. Same thing that we're going to ask you guys to do.
Her name's Miss Daly, by the way.
Yeah, Miss Daly, just in case, right? So, RMPS is all about getting to know people. As you know, we are people, we're people, right? So we're all people, right? And it's important to know what everyone believes, what people value, what makes us all different. And this is basically what the lesson is going to be looking at. We're going to be looking at a key religion and a symbol of that religion. Talking about symbols though, it reminds me, Miss Sabri is actually wearing one. What I want you guys to figure out and write down when you post, what is it that Miss Sabri is wearing and what religion does it symbolise? Okay, that's a key part of this lesson. It's not going to be about the religion I'm representing, but it is a different religion, and you're going to be looking at a symbol of their faith. And I'll let Mr. Petrie explain what symbol that is.
Okay, so the religion that we're going to be making something from is Judaism, which hopefully you've learned something about during your time in primary school. But what we're going to do is get you to be quite creative and to make your own version of their symbol. And it's something called a kippah, which you may or may not have heard of before. But basically it's a type of head covering that the males within most of Judaism would wear. And that just kind of goes here over that part of the head. Now, they would wear this various times. Certainly when they're in synagogue, which is their place of worship, similar to a church that you might be more familiar with Christianity. They'd also wear it when praying, when going to maybe some different festivals, weddings, funerals, events such as these. Now, most of them will be reasonably plain, maybe some geometric patterns on it. They can be different colours, and those can represent various things for them. But what we're going to ask you to do with your version is to make it much more individual and much more personalised, the way that we've done for ours that we'll show you in a wee bit. There's three overall sections that we're going to want you to cover within this, and this is to help us share a wee bit about what we're like to you, and likewise for us to learn a wee bit about you guys. So the three areas are your beliefs. So we want to think of one particular thing that you personally believe in that you can share with us. One thing about you in terms of your values, so something that you value, something that you care about that is really important to you. And then finally, something that you are passionate about, so one thing that really helps kind of define you as a person, something that you're really involved in, or you care about, or you spend a lot of time doing, stuff like that. So what we'll do is we will post online a slideshow showing you kind of step-by-step instructions, but we'll talk you through the basics of it right now.
So, like Mr. Petrie says, there's three things we want you to be thinking about. So even while you get your stuff together, think about the three things, because you're going to have to interpret them in your own way. That is your key belief, key value, and something that you are passionate about. For this amazing task, right, all you're going to need is a blank sheet of paper, A4 size. You will need what we call a compass. Now, this is basically something that allows you to draw circles. If you don't have a compass, you could quite easily just use a plate, a bowl. Yeah?
Yeah, as long as it's not too big, not too small.
It needs to fit in here. You're looking for roughly about 15 centimetres diameter. You're going to need a pair of scissors. You're also going to need a ruler. And then finally,
either sellotape or Pritt stick for putting it together.
So your very first thing that you're going to be doing is get your pencil, get your ruler, measure up with your pencil. So once you've actually put in your pencil into your compass, you need to make sure it's quite secure. Measure up around 7 centimetres. Once you have done so, place the pointy section bang on as to the middle of the paper as much as you can, and then gently either twirl around your paper or move around your hand and draw the circle. And it should look something like this.
Then you get your scissors and cut it out, which should leave you with a nice circle. Then what we want you to do, you should have within the middle of your circle a wee wee point if you have used a compass. If not, you just need to try and judge it as good as you can. What I want you to do is take the scissors to the edge of the paper and then cut up to that middle point that you've got, which will give you a little flap in your circle like this. The point of that is when you're going to actually make it, it'll overlap slightly. You'll attach it together, and that's what gives it the slight cone shape, so that it actually sits as a head covering. But before you put it together, what you want to do...
Yes, so make sure, what I've done is, there are 3 things we've asked you to do. So before you split your circle into 3 sections, remember to count in for the little part for the overflap. Okay, so what I did before I did is overflapped and drew a very faint line along the actual edge to allow me to see where that actually ends, and then the remainder of the circle I created into 3 sections, and I highlighted my 3 key things that we've basically asked you to do as well. I have value, belief, and my passion, and with the use of some amazing felt tip pens, I've made that. Mr. Petrie has made his, obviously, also. He's gone ahead and actually completed his. I, however, left mine blank just to show you what to do. So what we'll do is actually talk you through what we've put in ours, and then maybe give you an idea to think about what you could possibly do. Now, both of us are not art teachers at all, but nevertheless, we did attempt, didn't we? So what I've done, don't know if you'll be able to see from that far, I wrote, I value my family, because that's something very, very important to myself. So my interpretation of that was just a love heart with my family name, and then the little love hearts to symbolise all the initials of me and my siblings. I then went ahead and I wrote, I believe we all have a purpose. And my interpretation of that was just a world globe, some ray lights as if it was coming from way up above, and I put the question down, creation of the universe, big question mark, because that is something that I am very curious about as well. How did the world come to be? Was it by chance? Was it by this? So that was my uptake of that. And then finally, I'm passionate about being creative. I don't have one thing that I like a lot of things. I love to bake, I love to sew, I love to sing, love to dance, love to cook. So, couldn't think of anything. I just wrote the whole thing and drew you different pictures. One of the best things you're going to see compared to Mr. Petrie's, but nevertheless, that was my uptake. Mr. Petrie?
Okay, so for mine, my belief, some of you might think it's more of a hope than a belief, but I'll stick it as a belief, is that I think Scotland will get out the group stages at the Euros this summer. So I've tried to draw the trophy. I don't believe, unfortunately, that we're going to get quite as far as lifting the trophy, but out the group stages I'd be happy with that. So that was my belief. For my passion, I've tried to draw a guitar and a couple of musical notes, because I really like music, play the guitar at home, got a drum kit and a couple other things as well. And then finally, for my values, I've tried to draw a wee paw print and a tree, because I really value nature, the environment, wildlife, animals, things like that. So that's something that I really care about. So that's my 3 sections for my Kippah.
Excellent. And how you wish to colour it in or design it, that's going to be up to you. And that's part of the task. So you can basically put it into your own way, your own style. And once you've done that, ideally what we would like you to do is take a little picture, if you're able to, and upload that, as well as highlighting the key things that we've asked. So what was your value, what is your belief, and what is it you're passionate about? But if for some reason you're unable to take a picture, still let us know that you've done it and highlight the 3 things.
Yeah, so if you just do a post just saying, like, I couldn't take a picture, but my passion is this, my belief is this, my values is this, just so that we're still getting to know you a wee bit before he's come up in August. Now, obviously, if you've got anything that's not clear from the instructions, just one of us will be available at all times on Teams, so we should be able to answer you pretty quickly. So we can get back to you to let you know. But other than that, good luck, hope you enjoy making it, and we can't wait to see your kippahs.
Yeah. And don't forget the question, what is it that Miss Sabri's wearing, and what religion does that symbolise? So we look forward to your answers and hopefully getting to know you better.
Thank you.
Bye bye.